Today we've got a LT4 Based 418 stroker from Michael out. We picked the short block up a couple episodes ago. Today we're going to be installing a custom ground blower cam that Mike had cut for us. We're also installing a set of Mortal drop-in limited travel lifters. We've got a set of push rods, stock LT4 head gaskets, a set of ARP head studs, and a ton of other goodies to go in this thing, including a trunnion upgrade and a few things that this car should have had with the last motor in it. So we are about to dive into this and try to get this thing ready to go back in the car. All right, so Emma's got the trunnions knocked out, got the rockers cleaned. We're going to throw the trunnion upgrade in that thing and get it taken care of. And that'll be one of our first steps to prepare this thing for the reassembly. We've also got a new fuel pump follower for the camshaft and for the high pressure fuel pump. Of course, we've got a new set of lifter trays. Now we're about to slide in the custom ground blower camshaft from Mike Lau. So a 648, 639 lift, a 230, 246 duration, and 116 lobe separation angle. So this thing is going to love the boost and should make some hella power and give us a nice power curve. So we're about to get this thing out of the bag, get it lubed up, and slide this thing in there. So let's dive into it. This thing also has a 32% fuel load on it. All right, so we got the custom ground blower cam put in this thing. We got the timing set on. We got this thing in time. We've got the Texas speed timing chain, wishbone style dampener on here. We've got that new Schumann Pro Series oil pump put on the front of this thing. Now, what we're doing in this car, what we're adding, and what the car is already set up with, it will pretty much be maxing out the fuel system on pump gas. So on just regular 93 pump gas. In order to really be able to go to E85 or push any more boost or really maximize what this thing is going to be capable of, he's going to need to upgrade the high pressure fuel pump, more than likely the in-tank pump, and his fuel injectors. Or go the alternative route and add a standalone port injected set of injectors and ECM that's its own standalone system that would only come in when he's in boost, high boost at high RPM. We are pushing the limits of what the car is capable of in its current status and trim, but we also didn't, at the same time, didn't want to downgrade from what the car already had in it. That's why we went with the 418. I know one of the common questions is going to be, is the car on E85? The car's not on E85, not until some fuel system work's done. And he decides exactly which route he wants to go on those fuel system upgrades, if he decides to even go that route. Bottom line is, on a street tire in a C7 Corvette, this stroker and the blower that's on it's going to be an absolute handful on the street. I mean, really, at this point, you're just adding more and more power for no reason other than to say you have it. I'm super excited to see this thing running in the car and see what it's capable of. I think when the car came in with the old setup, they were estimating it to be around 800 to the wheel, and I don't see why we can't achieve more than that very easily and the car live. But it's really all going to come down to what that fuel system's capable of. We're going to finish getting this thing ready to go back in the car, get ready to make some bappity bap and womp womp noises. All right, guys, so we're about to put the lifters in this thing, get the cylinder heads bolted down. We do have a set of LT4 head gaskets and a set of ARP head studs to put in this thing as well. We've got a few things, so we're going to dive into that, try to get this thing buttoned up. It's been a long week here at the shop. We've had so much going on and just so many different builds, and we've been ping-ponging around back and forth. So it's late Friday night now. We're staying late to try to get some leadway made on this thing because we did not get it assembled this week like we wanted to. I'm about to dive back into it, though, and get this thing wrapped up. After we get the lifters put in, we will soak the rocker arms in this oil for a little bit while we bolt the cylinder heads on. Little fun fact for you guys. First LS engine we ever built, we did not replace the lifter trays. We tried to reuse them. 1.3 miles, the lifter decided to turn 90 degrees and wipe out a cam lobe because the trays were worn out and would not hold the lifters. That was a few years ago. Lifter trays were $26 for a set of them. So $26 cost me an engine. It was an aluminum block 5.3, and it completely ruined the block and everything. If your trays don't hold your lifters like this, new or not, get rid of them and get some different ones. All right, we've got our LT4 head gaskets. We've got our ARP head stud kit. We're ready to put these cylinder heads on the short block. Our ARP wants you to install your dowels, install your head gasket, and then you're going to set the cylinder head on, and then you're going to thread in a head stud. They do have a hex broach on them to help install and removal, but you do not want to apply any torque to these once they are ran down. You just want to snug them up by hand, literally by hand, no ratchet. Just use the socket. We got to give a huge shout out to O'Reilly Auto Parts. They are our #1 YouTube sponsor, and they're always coming in clutch. Anytime I call them, they're here in no time with whatever we need. I can't say it enough, guys. That's who we use exclusively. So thanks to Jeff and everybody at O'Reilly for taking care of us. If you're looking for genuine AC Delco parts, hit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. And if they don't have it in stock, chances are they can get it for you. Just a quick thank you to O'Reilly Auto Parts for making our job a little bit easier. Don't apply any of the fastener lubricant that comes with the ARP head studs to the threads that go in the block. We will use that later on. Make sure that the surface on the cylinder head where the washer sits is clean. You're going to clean all the washers. You want to install them dry. The cylinder head and the washer both need to be dry. You're going to set the washer on, and then from there, this is where you're going to apply a little bit of the fastener lubricant to the threads on the stud and then run your nuts down. It's very important not to put the lubricant on the threads that go in the block or on the bottom of the washer surface that meets the cylinder head itself. And then, of course, these have specific torque specs. We'll get to that once we get these things tightened up. All right, guys, so it's been another couple weeks, and we finally got a little bit of time to mess with this vet. And we got the supercharger cooling system bled. We got the first fire up done. Torque tube hub tightened up. We've checked over everything. We've looked over everything. So this car initially came in for lifters and head studs, and it snowballed really fast. You know, we did have hurdle after hurdle with this one. We jumped into supercharger fitment issues. We went through a series of valley covers and the blower adapter plates and several other hurdles that we just had to jump through. You know, a longer belt, stressing the hood fitting. But this thing runs. It's got great oil pressure. It sounds great. It wraps up pretty quick. I've wrapped it up to about 3 grand already on the RPM gauge. Of course, I'm watching the data log. It really needs to go get tuned this weekend. We're going to cut it loose to the customer before then and let him take it and hopefully get a tune on it this weekend, get the break-in miles on it, and then it'll come back, get an oil change and all that good stuff. But for now, Emma and I are going to drive it to dinner, and we're going to go give this thing a bath, get it cleaned up, and ready to give it back to the customer. I'm really looking forward to the test ride in this thing. Of course, we'll have a data log going, and we'll be watching the vitals as we go down the road. I'm excited to see what the customer has to say. It does sound 10 times better than it did when it first came in. Even the first time I saw the car, you can tell the motor's tighter. I'm excited to see what this thing sounds like with a tune on it. But for the meantime, we're going to back this thing out, run it down the road, take it to town, go do what we got to do. Let's fire this thing up and see what it sounds like.